Hello everybody, my name is Cara, and today I'm here to talk about a really fun kind of reading challenge, or I guess project, that I'm doing in the new year. So basically what happened is my friend Giselle from Giselle Bradley, she messaged me one day and was like, hey, so I think it'd be kind of fun if you picked some books that you thought would become new favorites for me, if you kind of pick my TBR, because I feel like we have really similar reading tastes and I just would be interested to kind of see what you think I'm going to really enjoy. And I was like, that sounds really fun. And we ended up deciding to kind of exchange TBRs. So I guess this is kind of like predicting each other's 5-star books. So we'll see how we do. So we each gave the other person a list of 10 books that we think they're really going to love. So the first one she gave me is I'd Rather Be Reading: The Delights and Dilemmas of the Reading Life by Anne Bogle. And she says this is just a really fun, quick read about how important and how fun reading is, and it's supposed to be a really funny and also heartwarming book about what books mean to us. And she said basically if you're a reader, you should read this book. If you love books, this is a book about that. So I'm really looking forward to it. Next is a nonfiction. I guess that last one maybe is nonfiction too, and that is The Prodigal Tongue: The Love-Hate Relationship Between American and British English by Lynn Murphy. And this just sounds so interesting and fantastic. I find linguistic things like this really interesting, and I definitely think Giselle picked a good one here, because I know obviously she really enjoyed it or she wouldn't have chosen it, but I think this is going to be something I'm really into as well, and just the weird differences between American English and British English, and kind of what happened with the language and why it ended up so different but also pretty similar. Another nonfiction she picked for me is, I know, one of her favorite books of the year, and that is The Woman Who Smashed Codes: A True Story of Love, Spies, and the Unlikely Heroine Who Outwitted America's Enemies by Jason Fagone. So this is about, as it sounds, a woman who was responsible for breaking, did she help break the Enigma code? I'm not sure, but she was a really talented code breaker during World War II, and this is her story. I think her husband was part of the project too, and I know Giselle just adored this book, and it gets super emotional in some parts, so I'm sure I'll have to prepare myself for that, but I'm sure it's gonna be a fantastic book. She also chose The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie by Alan Bradley, and this is the first book in the Flavia de Luz mystery series, I think, and I'm pretty sure it's about a little girl who goes around solving mysteries, and she's fascinated by death or something. So this one sounds really interesting. I don't read a ton of mysteries, but I think if I were to read them, they would probably be this kind of weird, quirky one, which is what this sounds like. So interested to see how this turns out. She also chose Snow White, a graphic novel by Matt Fallon, and she said this one just has the most beautiful illustrations, and it's also obviously going to be a very quick read because it is a graphic novel, and she knows I love fairy tales. Both of us really love fairy tales, folklore, fairy tale retellings, that type of thing. So those feature pretty extensively, I think, on both of our lists. She also chose The Princess and the Goblin by George MacDonald. This is so interesting because I read this when I was really young and I kind of hated it. I really didn't like this. But I've been thinking about this in the last year or so, and I'm this sounds like something I should adore, based on my other books I enjoy and kind of my reading taste. So it sounds like something I would like a lot more now, and I've been thinking about rereading it. So I'm so glad that she put it on this list. I'm really interested to see how my opinions have changed, if they have, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy this one now a lot more. She also chose Rose Daughter by Robin McKinley, and this is one of the Robin McKinley books I have not read yet, but I think it's considered one of her best. I don't know. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, so you guys know I'm already interested, and I'm really excited to get to this one, of course, because I really like the author and I really like this kind of fairy tale retelling, and I really trust Giselle's taste for fairy tale retellings, so I'm pretty confident about this one too. She also picked Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik, and I am already, I was already gonna read this book next year, so I'm glad she put it on the list. This is a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. I know it's gotten kind of mixed reviews from some people, but all of the criticism I've heard about it makes me think I'm going to adore it. Really slow burn kind of fantasy, and multiple layers and overlapping characters and everything. I think this is going to be really, really fantastic. Also, I know it's one of Giselle's favorite books of the year, and again, I trust her. She also picked The Fairies Return and Other Princess Tales by Gail Carson Levine. I love Gail Carson Levine's books, and I'm pretty sure I read a couple of these tales when I was much younger, but I don't remember much about them, and I don't think I've ever read the full collection, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. And the last book she chose for me is A Dance of Silver and Shadow, a retelling of The 12 Dancing Princesses by Melanie Sellier. And this is an author I know Giselle has read several books from, and I've been meaning to get to her for a while, so again, this is perfect that she's on the list. I think it's kind of a magical tournament spin on the 12 Dancing Princesses story. They're all competing for something, so I think that sounds fantastic, and again, I'm looking forward to it. I guess I can stop saying that because all of them I'm looking forward to. Okay, so those are the TBR books that Giselle has chosen for me, kind of ones that she thinks are going to be favorites of mine that were also favorites of hers. I will of course link Giselle's channel down below, and I will also link her video where she talks about the list that I gave her. If she already has that up, I will definitely put that in the description as well. So you guys should head over there and see the books that I chose for Giselle that I love and that I think she will love as well. Let me know if you guys have read any of these books, what you thought of them. I will see you soon with another video, and I hope you love the next book you read. Bye!